This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation because it's true crime is for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free. Hello, good evening, good Saturday evening, speculating family. I'm so glad you are here with me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight as we go over a timeline of ZiyahHarris, the case, and videos that are just highly triggering and upsetting for me. And we're going to listen to the sentencing of Jarvis Butts. Jarvis Butts, I think he admitted or he has been convicted at least of the homicide of 13-year-old ZiyahHarris. Scratch and Paint, good to see you. Edith, hello, hello. Southern Cats, good to see you. Hannah UK, my love, good to see you. Tom, good to see you. Thank you so much, Miss Scorpio Rising. It's good to see you, love. I bedazzled this before I came on camera because I knew I was going to come on camera. And then Abraham got this for me and he bedazzled it to match the microphone. And my camera actually is bedazzled too. He sent me that too. Such a sweetheart. Miss King of Anything, good to see you. Good to see you. Edith, good to see you. I don't know if I said hey to you, love. You are in the vertical. I will try to drop the link for the normal live. Kim Gettle, good to see you. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Love it so much. I think I like stuff that's bedazzled. I've got so many diamond arts that I need to get framed and put up for you guys. I'm going to try to drop the link real quick in the vertical. So if anybody's stuck over there, they can come join us. Give me just 1 minute. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to copy that link. And we're going to give me just 1 minute. Come over here and we're going to drop that link and I'm going to pin it to the top. So you guys, there you go. All right. Perfect. 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 Rosie, good to see you. No, Miss Scorpio, I thought about that too. We went on a hike today. I put videos and pictures of some of the places that we went in my second tier of memberships. If you guys want to see that, I'm not going to say where we went, but if you go join that, you'll find out. And I was thinking about that on the way there. I will be doing that Monday morning. My post office, I'm just going to, the one that I want to use, the hours are weird. Like, it's like 8:30 to 10:30 Monday through Friday. And then Saturday it's like 11 to like 1, I think. And Mr. Speculating and I were up late last night. He usually likes to stay up when he, is off work on the weekends. And I woke up at like 10:30. So there was no way I was going to make it. But I'm going to do that on Monday. And I promise to have it done on Monday. Stony Sony and Lorianne, good to see you. Good to see you. Hannah said, I'm at work, so I will be lurking. Well, you do that, baby. I hope you're having a good day at work out there saving lives like you do. You're so amazing. Okay, so with that, let's get started. You are out of vertical, Edith. You are here with us. You are out of vertical. Tom is in vertical. Tom said I had a beautiful hike, 3,000 feet underground last night. Are you talking about mining? Yeah, I bet. Do y'all still use canaries? I mean, I'm sure by now you don't. The canary in the coal mine, the canary could since I think it was carbon monoxide or something that was highly poisonous, or when something was going to happen and the canary would start to freak out. And that's how the coal miners knew that they needed to get the hell out of there. It's pretty interesting. Kim said, I'm here listening. I'm editing and playing Resident Evil 8 since Resident Evil 9 has come out. That's cool. That is cool. I've never played Resident Evil. I'm sure it's pretty interesting. That's a falsity? Is it? So, I could be misinformed for sure. I was trying to look at all the channels to find my interview, and I couldn't. Do you remember what channel? Did you do an interview? You'll have to let me know about that. I'll try to look at it, and maybe we can talk about it one day. No canaries, said Tom. No canaries. Okay. Scorpio said Coal Miner's Daughter is one of my absolute favorite all-time movies. I wanted to be Loretta Lynn when I was young. I know that song. I've never seen the movie, though. Okay, so we're going to go over a timeline in the ZiyahHarris case. I kind of want to get you guys freshened up on what exactly happened And Lord, I've got too many things pulled up. And some of the things that were highly concerning. Where did my timeline go? I think I've got it in a playlist. Yeah, I did. Hold on just a minute. Let me pull up my YouTube and go to my playlist because I gathered several videos, and we're going to watch a couple of creators too that did some stuff on this that I really like when it comes to the ZiyahHarris case, and I will drop their links. Okay, so we need to go back to a year ago. So I have this video that's going to kind of get us caught up on the timeline and things that were going on during the preliminary hearing, which we streamed over here. We streamed all of the preliminary hearing for as much as I could get of it. I think most of it is there. If you want to check that out sometime, it's in the live list. I made my own sauced nuggets and fries. That sounds really cool. Rosie said, when I went to Tucson in behalf of Moms for Justice, I left an Angel and Nancy Guthrie's house by the mailbox, and as soon as I got out of the car, I was bombarded by news channels. Oh, so you did an interview on the Nancy Guthrie case. Wow, we'll have to find that. Yes, because I would love to talk about that. And what is it, Moms for Justice? I'm going to play this video. I'll try to pull that up and drop the link. Hey, Lala, good to see you. So glad you are here. Edith, I hope you feel better. Oh, no. I hope you feel better. Okay, so this video is from a year ago, and it's titled DNA Evidence Emerges in the ZiyahHarris Homicide Case. And it's going to give us a timeline. Keep in mind, this is from a year ago when they were doing the preliminary hearing, and those are on my page. Sherry Berry, good to see you. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Oh, by the way, members, you have some new emojis. There is angry, allegedly speculating, confused, allegedly speculating, laughing, allegedly speculating, basil, love, and smiling basil, just so you know. All right.
Today, another child takes the stand detailing the alleged sexual abuse she survived at the hands of a man accused of killing 13-year-old ZiyahHarris. That testimony and new DNA analysis playing a key role in determining whether Jarvis Butts will ultimately stand trial for murder.
If you are unfamiliar with the case, let's get you caught up with a quick timeline. ZiyahHarris went missing almost 2 years ago to the day. It was January 9th, 2024.
Her remains have never been found, but prosecutors arrested this man right here. He's 41-year-old Jarvis Butts. Arrested him on September 27th, and today he was in a Detroit courtroom for a preliminary hearing. Sean Lay was in that courtroom for all of it. Sean, prosecutors say there is a clear motive here.
So Ziya disappeared after getting off the bus, and she was last seen in the company of Jarvis Butt. Jarvis Butt was in a relationship with one of Ziya's family members. Jarvis Butt was registered as the actual offender, and I think he was not supposed to be around children, basically, and we'll hear more about that. Hey, Cindy from sunny South Florida, and oh my goodness, Miss Scorpio Rising coming through, gifting a membership, showing some love out here tonight. Thank you so much for that. That was so very sweet and supportive and amazing of you.
Amazing.
And oh my goodness, Kim Gettle got the membership. Yay, Kim Gettle, congratulations. I will grab the crazy train to pick you up on the way to Speculation Station. And now you get to use those new emojis, and you'll get my videos sooner than everybody else. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Super cool. Super sweet. Rosie said, I know one of them is Channel 5. There were two others. I couldn't remember who they were. Then JLR Cody from Court TV, but I'd driven 2 hours, so my legs were wobbly, and I started crying. Oh, my goodness. That's okay. I'm sorry your legs were wobbly, though. The coward wouldn't even hold his head up during sentencing. Nope, and he kept that COVID mask on the whole damn time, like nobody knows what you look like. Sir, sit all the fucking way down. Well, because Lori, I had not seen the sentencing hearing, and I wanted to watch that with you guys. If you want to email me the newer children missing, though, I'll definitely try to pull some stuff on that.
There is, and we're going to get to that right away, guys. This is just like the Zion Foster case. You're talking about teen.
And ZiyahHarris, it's upsetting because ZiyahHarris, as I've stated before, was worse than Madeline Soto. You could clearly tell that ZiyahHarris was with child. And I get really upset because why didn't this case get as much attention as Maddie did? It's important to talk about this case, and he was just sentenced Thursday. So it's just that I've been delayed because we've had a lot of real life stuff going on, and so I wasn't able to talk about it on the day of the sentencing. But this is a very important case to talk about, and Ziya deserves justice. Her body still hasn't been located. I mean, we need to get her home and give her at least the peace of being laid to rest.
Allegedly abused by an adult here, then goes missing, presumed killed. We're talking about ZiyahHarris, just 13 years old. Her body has never been found. Her family continues to try to find justice in this case. Here are the new details we're learning inside court today.
Everything is in my phone. Y'all have possession of my phone. Take a look at it, go through it. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know why she said.
This is the first time we're hearing the voice of Jarvis Butts. He is 41 years old. He is accused of the sexual abuse and murder of a 13-year-old girl named ZiyahHarris. She was related to one of Butts' many girlfriends, and he called Ziya his niece. The teen was last seen with Butts after school last January 9th. Then ZiyahHarris went missing. Police brought Butts in for this interrogation during a search for her, where Butts told police everything he knew about the girl was on his cell phone that police seized during a search warrant. You have to listen.
So, yeah, you said that, I'm sorry. Cindy from sunny South Florida was like, oh, my God, I didn't know she was pregnant. And I didn't either. A lot of people didn't. There is a text exchange that shows where she texts Jarvis talking about being pregnant. And I thought I had it. I might have it pulled up, or it might be in this video. Yep, here it is. This is a video. Oh, hold on. I'll play the end of this and then, well, no, we're going to jump over here to this video real quick. Hold on. Hey, Tammy, good to see you. We're going to come right back to this video, and I want to show y'all some text messages that came out at the preliminary hearing that are going to kind of showcase that. So this is from Shanantra Speaks. I've got her on YouTube, and I'll drop her link in just a minute. Right here at the bottom, September 26th of 2023, Ziya texted Jarvis, quote, "My period haven't came at all. I might not be pregnant. It might be from stressing. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I have to go to the doctors tomorrow." Her family claims they had no idea about the relationship about the abuse Ziya was suffering at the hands of Jarvis, but it was so evident. There's no fucking way they didn't know. These are text messages between a 13-year-old child and a grown-ass man who's dating her family member. I think it was her aunt, among other people. If we go over all of these, it says April 14th of 2022, CPS submitted law enforcement notification regarding incident at birthday party to Detroit Police Department. Ziya and Janiyah complained. September 27th of 2022, Ziya texts Jarvis, quote, "They were about to sing happy birthday." At 1:52 a.m., Ziya said, "Where are we doing it at? Your choice." Jarvis said, "You tell me." Again, Ziya said, "Where are we doing it at? Your choice." And he responds, "You tell me." This is a 13-year-old child.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
This was not one incident that just happened. I can understand that teenagers can sneak out at 1:52 in the morning, and unfortunately, groomers can teach them to do things like that, meet them, and abuse them. But this was happening very often. Unfortunately, she would go to his auto shop. He was well known to be abusing children. It's a fucking disgusting and upsetting case. Mustang and Wolfpack, good to see y'all. Thank you for being here. Tom said, hopefully his fellow inmates in prisons know about all his crimes. Detroit is not a place you want to go to prison in, and I hope 100% they do. I hope he gets the justification that he deserves. I don't know if I should have used the word justification. I hope that he is hurt every day in there, several times a day. So again, 1:52 a.m. on September 27th of 2022, where are we doing it at your choice? You tell me. And then almost exactly a year later, she texts him again. So, I mean, for a year, this was a year. Okay. There is a year time period here. The year, we're going to start in 2022. In 2022 at 1:52 a.m., she's comfortable enough to text him, where are we doing it at your choice? And he says, you tell me. Approximately a year later, in September of 2023, my period haven't came at all. I might not be pregnant. It might be from stressing. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I have to go to the doctor's tomorrow. This shit was going on for a whole entire year, and nobody in that house knew a fucking thing. And it's not just that. I'm very well aware that children and teenagers can hide things from their parents, but this is not an incident of that. This is a very upsetting incident. Past, maybe look for something that's in the forefront. Well, this is in the forefront because he was just sentenced. For me.
Very closely to pick up what Butts is saying, but he says he has nothing to hide. A co-worker of Butts testified that Butts and ZiyahHarris were at their auto repair shop the evening ZiyahHarris vanished. But Butts told investigators the last time he saw Ziya was weeks before. What's going on here? All right, back here live. This preliminary hearing, this isn't a trial, guys. Preliminary hearing goes into day 4 tomorrow. More than 24 witnesses already, 6 more witnesses tomorrow. That's because no remains have ever been found. So prosecutors are having to connect the dots all the way. They say it goes all the way to Jarvis Butts. Much more at 6 o'clock. Back to you.
Okay, we'll see you then.
So that preliminary hearing from a year ago went through, and the judge decided that there was enough, and we'll talk about that. Scratch the Paint says she doesn't know what to do, and she doesn't. She's scared. She is 13 years old, and this is a grown-ass man, and this is not the first child he's done this with, and allegedly it's not the first child he's gotten pregnant. Lala said he was essaying his own daughter starting when she was 4. She spoke at sentencing. That is facts. Even the judge said at the preliminary hearing that she doesn't understand how in a house full of women, nobody knew what was going on. They knew what was going on. They didn't give a fuck. And it's so frustrating. I know, Lori, and it's really sad. It's really sad. And all we can do is talk about it and keep sharing their information. They all knew more than one teenager would be with this monster. Yeah, he had been doing it for a long time. Miss King of Anything said her grandmothers and aunts didn't care for her like they should. They did not seem to care. That is true too. Why? So this is also from a year ago, and it's going to tell us about some of the CPS warning. It's titled Years Before the ZiyahHarris Homicide Case. CPS warned repeatedly about the alleged homicider, about Jarvis. Being in the house with the children, CPS is being warned, hey, that's a predator in that house with those girls. Content, good to see you. I heard her speak. She said, I don't know how you could do this to your own kids with your face. It's insane. And if I remember correctly, the 4-year-old, he gave her some type of STD, chlamydia or syphilis or something. It's fucked up. It's so fucked up.
Right now, Jarvis Butts is awaiting trial for the murder and sexual abuse of ZiyahHarris.
Again, this is from a year ago.
After listening to days of testimony last month, a judge called Butts a monster and said that opportunities to protect the 13-year-old girl were missed. Tonight, the 7 investigators are revealing years of warnings that preceded Butts' alleged crimes.
Warnings that family members say were made to Children's Protective Services that could have saved Ziya's life. Here's what 7 investigator Ross Jones has uncovered.
Sidebar real quick. I love your nails. My daughter got some nails like that, but they were like the French tip manicures, but they had that black outline like that. I love your nails. They're so pretty. This case makes my blood boil too. It really does. And it did not get the attention that it should have, in my opinion.
You look at that face and you do not see the horrors that she had gone through in her short life. The exploitation, the molestations, the sexual abuse, and the pregnancy that she was concealing.
Years before Jarvis Butts would be charged by Wayne County's prosecutor, accused of killing and sexually abusing 13-year-old ZiyahHarris.
I'm going to back that up. I missed part of it. I sincerely apologize. Hold on.
There was his own.
Here's what 7 investigator Ross Jones has uncovered.
You look at that face and you do not see the horrors that she had gone through in her short life. The exploitation, the molestations, the sexual abuse,
and I do believe this picture was taken the day she went
missing. The molestations, the sexual abuse, and the pregnancy that she was concealing.
Years before.
So it is confirmed that she was with child. I thought it was, and I thought it had been. Mustang said they keep doing the same shit because they get away with it. Yep. Yep.
Boom, 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 bam.
How the fuck was he able to do it so many times, be charged with it, and be around children still? And how did these women not know anything? I mean, there's no fucking way.
Or Jarvis Butts would be charged by Wayne County's prosecutor, accused of killing and sexually abusing 13-year-old ZiyahHarris. Harris's own relatives say they saw the warning signs and told anyone who would listen.
So that at that point, I was like, this is too much. I'm calling CPS.
I tried not just once, but multiple times for them to take me serious in what I was saying.
Kiwana Morton and her cousin Jernell are both relatives of ZiyahHarris. In February of 2022, Jernell says she learned of allegations of improper touching involving Butts and other small children. She says she was told about the claims while talking to her niece, Jarvis Butt's girlfriend, and that the alleged victims were ZiyahHarris and 2 other children.
I was just...
Okay, so she was talking to her niece who was dating Jarvis at the time. So her niece is an adult. Her niece, the adult female in the house who's dating Jarvis, is telling her aunt, this woman right here, hey, Jarvis is inappropriately touching the children in my house. He's inappropriately touching Ziya and inappropriately touching another child. Yet he still remained in that house. How the fuck? I mean, you're telling somebody, you've known for so long, and you've thought about it for so long. It's been on your mind. You've been worried about it. You've been thinking about it. It's been in that wheelhouse in your mind for so long that you felt comfortable enough to say something to somebody else and talk to them and get their opinion on it. Not only that, you didn't do anything. CPS gets called. They don't take the children, and he's not made to leave, from my understanding. We're going to find out more about that. So that would tell me you lied to them to keep this man in the fucking house. And you knew. You fucking knew. Your little ray of sunshine said everyone needs to be in jail. The mom, the aunts, the grandma, the prosecutors, and the incompetents at the Detroit Police Department. They all failed her, and she did not get justice. Facts.
Boom, 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 bam.
The fucking school reported her missing. I'll back it up a little bit.
And 2 other children.
I was just like, oh my God, I was not crazy. This needs to be looked into.
She says she took the claim seriously in part because Butts was on the sex offender registry, having spent more than 8 years in prison for 3rd-degree criminal sexual conduct.
He was on the registry in this house with these children. This person is dating him, and she knows that he's touching her fucking children. She knows he's a 3rd-degree sex offender on the registry, and she fucking keeps him there.
She didn't alert authorities at first because she believed her niece would notify police. But weeks later, Jernell did notify Child Protective Services.
So this aunt believed that, her niece, the adult, is going to do the right thing. Sir, you got to get the fuck out of my house, and I'm about to call the police because you are touching my children. I have found this out. You got to get the fuck out, or I'm going to kill you right now on the spot, whatever. But no, that never happened. This woman, the aunt of the adult in the house, had to call CPS and try to get somebody to save her nieces and nephews. 8 fucking years in prison he did before he came into this household. but they let him around children and they let him stay. This is a lawsuit worthy case because it's like so many people, like anybody that could have helped failed completely. I don't know. Money, because he was bringing in money, because he told her lies. I don't fucking know, because she didn't care that he was abusing her.
Her complaint came in on April 13th, 2022. There was an incident at a birthday party, the complaint reads. One of the children that attended the party accused Jarvis of sexual abuse. Naziah, and name withheld, reported that Jarvis touched both of them inappropriately as well. Jarvis touched, name withheld, in her private area, and it hurt. Jernell made the complaint over the phone.
They basically told me if they needed me for anything else, they would reach out.
The next day, Jernell would receive a text from her niece, Butt's girlfriend, confirming that CPS had contacted her.
I'm going to read what it says. They might read what it says, but it says CPS called me, and then the woman on the phone texts back what they say. And then the aunt, the adult in the fucking house with all of the children, said they called me about the well-being of my kids. Then they called back to get Jarvis info. I called redacted and said mama called her and she has to talk, and then it cuts off.
Confirming that CPS had contacted her. CPS called me, the text reads. They called about the well-being of my kids. Then they called back to get Jarvis info. A CPS spokeswoman would not tell 7 News Detroit if investigators ever questioned ZiyahHarris after receiving the complaint. But we do know it wasn't the only complaint filed with CPS, naming.
I get that CPS is overworked and underpaid 100%, but again, he's going to go on to tell you this is not the only call received, and you knew CPS called back to get Jarvis's information. Yet, after this incident, Jarvis still remains in the house with the children. As a CPS worker, and you know there is a man that is on the registry and has done 8 years in prison for third-degree sexual offenses against fucking children. How was he allowed to stay in that house? How was he not told? How did you not go back to the mother and say, ma'am, if that man's going to stay in this house, these children are coming with me? Like, that you have the legal authority to do that through CPS. A judge would say, yes, ma'am, you can remove those children from that house for their safety, and that was not done. Jennifer, good to see you, love. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, he had her under control. There's probably a lot of grooming going on, even for the adult. He's obviously grooming the children. But you've got to put your children first. Fuck that. I mean, there's places out here for help. You cannot put no man over your children. You cannot do it. No, ma'am. This was way before Naziah ever got pregnant.
Jarvis Butts.
And it wasn't easy for me to call protective services just because of the horror stories that you hear.
Kawana Morton said she heard about the same allegations against Butts from a conversation with his girlfriend. 2 months after her cousins called to CPS, she would file her own complaint.
I told them.
So her cousin comes to her, tells her the same exact thing. And this is 2 months after the CPS investigation. Children are still in the house. Jarvis is still in the house. And she's like, I need to call somebody. I need to call CPS and try to help these children the best way that I know how, by using the resources available to me in the community. So she makes the fucking phone call 2 months after CPS was called. That tells you the children were still in the house. Jarvis is still in the house, to the extent that she's like, I need to make a phone call and another report needs to be made. And what the fuck do you think happened? They lied and said he was never in the house. Thank you, your little ray of sunshine, for the correction. Please feel free to correct me anytime that I'm misled or misspeak, because I know about this case. I do study a lot of cases, and I'm calling up everything that I remember, and I pulled several informational videos on this. Thank you for that correction. So they lie and say that he's never in the house. The second report gets made saying that he is in the house. I wonder what Naziah said and what the other child said, saying that he's never in the house. I mean, they're being groomed and controlled by him, and probably their parents too, and told not to speak about it. And, CPS can't just lurk around your house. But I feel like Naziah or one of them would have said something. Cindy said he should have been arrested just for being in the house. He should have, 100%.
Boom, 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 bam.
But it's going to be hard if they're lying and saying he's never in the house. you could make a police report and have them research it. I think it was on his driver's license that he was there. So it seems to me they would have been able to take him in.
That there's a problem and they need to be aware of it. I am 90% sure that there's sexual abuse going on within the home.
Did you specifically mention Jarvis by name?
Yes, absolutely.
Internal CPS records we obtained show that investigators looked into that complaint, conducting a face-to-face interview with Butts, who strongly denied the allegation.
I'm going to read that to you guys real quick, and I'll take the comments off for a second so that you know. Your little ray of sunshine said they made the kids lie and say they lied. They just said it because they were mad because he wouldn't give them money. I live close to Detroit, so I followed this case immensely. Thank you for that, and thank you for the information. So yeah, if they're lying, your hands can be tied, but I would think that a police report could still be made. This is the allegation details. It says, based on the investigative findings, there is not a preponderance of evidence to support the allegation of sexual abuse for redacted by redacted. I'm going to assume that says for Neziah
was conducted
or the other minor child that was hurt by Jarvis Butts. It continues, face-to-face interviews were conducted with both parents. According to Mr. Butts, he has not seen the children he has with the redacted adult female in the house in months. He stated he has not sexually abused any of his children in any way. He stated it's redacted. Someone would say that about him. So it's fucked up. He's saying it's fucked up. It's stupid. It's totally preposterous that somebody would say that about him. Continues, he stated it doesn't look good either, that when you look him up, he was convicted of a SCX crime. However, that was 20 years ago. According to Redacted, was shocked at the allegations, and this was all new to her. So I'm assuming that says, according to the adult female in the house that's telling her aunt and her family members about the abuse going on, she's telling CPS she was shocked at the allegations, and this was all new to her. Redacted stated her 3 oldest children ask for their father all the time, and he will come over every time they call him. Redacted stated she and Mr. Butts have an open visitation policy. Redacted stated Redacted has never come to her with any accusations against her father, and neither have any of her other children. Detroit Health and Human Services sent a law enforcement negotiator, maybe LEN, to the Wayne County prosecutor and Detroit PD. So that's good. Detroit Health and Human Services completed a referral to Kids Talk for the minor children, and they were forensically interviewed. There were no disclosures. A home assessment was completed. The home was clean, had working utilities, and adequate supply of food, and was free of any observed safety concerns. Safety plan. A safety plan was not created due to Mr. Butts not agreeing to be separated from his children. The case will be denied as a category IV with a low risk level. No one will be placed on a central registry. The family has provided a DHS 1450, Pub 137, and a list of resources that can be used throughout Macomb County. I thought that if CPS came in, you can't tell them you can't talk to my children alone. I must be wrong in that. I found my friend's boyfriend was on the offender list. She wasn't allowed over there again. That's good. I'm glad that you found that and took the appropriate steps. Dude probably has been molesting kids for years. He didn't start doing this at 40 years old. No, he was talking about that charge that he got for 8 years ago was 20 years. For the charge that he got that he did prison for 8 years was from 20 years ago. He's been doing it his whole life. Can he be around children as long as it's supervised? Probably. That was probably the stipulations since he is on the offender registry, but I mean, it wasn't supervised.
With the alleged victim, and no disclosures were made. CPS said the home was clean and free of observed safety concerns. The allegation was denied, assigned a low risk level. These are 2 complaints of at least 5 filed with CPS since 2015, naming Jarvis Butts. They allege concern.
So there's 5 different CPS allegations. No preponderance, no preponderance, no preponderance, no preponderance, and then there was a preponderance. They're all threatened harm. No, the first one is sexual abuse. Second one, improper supervision. And the last three are threatened harm. The first one, sexual abuse by Jarvis Butts, parent, no preponderance. Second one, improper supervision by Jarvis Butts, no preponderance. Third, threatened harm by Jarvis Butts, non-parent adult living in the home, no preponderance. Fourth, threatened harm, Jarvis Butts, parents, boyfriend/girlfriend living outside the home, no preponderance. And fifth, threatened harm, Jarvis Butts, other parent, preponderance.
Naming Jarvis Butts, they allege concerns about possible molestation, physical abuse, or living conditions. Some of the complaints are generic, and none would ultimately substantiate that Butts was improperly touching children. Just over a year after the last complaint on record, Butts would be charged with sexually assaulting and murdering ZiyahHarris.
I'm brokenhearted because this could have been prevented. All of it.
It absolutely could.
All of it could have been prevented.
Hey, Indy.
Attorneys for Jarvis Butts declined comment for this story, citing his pending criminal case. As for CPS, a spokeswoman for the Department of Health and Human Services said that their hearts go out to the family and friends of ZiyahHarris. It says that state and federal laws prohibit them from commenting on what we just reported, but that they are committed to ensuring the health and safety of all children. I'm Ross.
Again, I get it. They're underpaid and overworked, but this could have been prevented. I wanted to share this video with you. This is from Tootie Uncensored. I'm gonna drop her link. These are going to show some TikTok videos that were shared by Ziyah's family. Ziyah people went through when this case was happening and found these videos, and we're going to listen to one. I need to go to 1529. I'm going to have the audio in it. I'll probably have to take it out at the end, but we'll still hear it. When on the replay, if there's no music behind it, it's because I erased the music, but you'll still see the video and everything. I want y'all to look at this video. Lala said, if you're not hearing from me in chats because I'm rage cleaning while I listen, but I'm here with y'all. Lala, you rage clean all you need to, sweetheart. Kitty's all good and fast asleep. That's good. It is very sad. All right, this is Tootie Uncensored. She's going to pull up some videos.
I'm troubled.
Me too.
I'm troubled. I'm troubled like shit, y'all. Cause
Shawty gon' bag it up. Shawty gon' bag it up.
Let me take this moment. And Ziyah is in the white sweater. Okay. And unfortunately, I can't zoom in any further. But if you look, this sweater is so tight, it's not moving, okay? It's tight around her chest, but I want y'all to look at right here because that sweater is tight around her chest and then it's tight and her belly is poked out like she's fucking pregnant. You can look at her arms, you can look at her legs and tell that that's not fat. That is pregnant as fuck. And then women were in that household and nobody did a fucking thing. Looking so fucking pregnant. Like she's about to give birth, y'all. 13-year-old. Makes me so fucking mad.
there's no way.
There's no way nobody knew. Her sweater is not moving, y'all.
Bro, her sweatshirt is not moving.
When she goes
Her
to the
sweatshirt
side,
is
you
not
can see how
moving.
far her belly is poking out. I'm going to back it up.
Bro, her sweat.
Right there. Hold on a minute, y'all. Sorry. I'm going to try to get it on the side where y'all can see it good. Dang it. Let me play it slow. Hold on. Okay. It's going to be slow for a second. I missed it. About a second. Right there. If you can zoom in under this white box, I'll keep my mouse under here. Look at her belt right here. You can see it go, her shirt goes in under her chest and then it comes back out. That is a baby bump if I ever saw one. She carrying high too. I mean, it's right there. It's outlined right there. And you mean to tell me that none of these women, there was several women living in the house, several women that have had children, several women that have given birth, taking care of children, and nobody could tell that that child was pregnant? No, that's a fucking bold-faced lie. They all knew she was pregnant. They didn't give a fuck. Oh, she was. We saw the text messages. I mean, if we go back here, right here, September 26, 2023, my period haven't came at all. I might not be pregnant. It might be from stress, and I am scared. I don't know what to do. I have to go to the doctor's tomorrow. She was scared. So scared. And nobody did anything to help her, to the extent of they had her lie to CPS, and they were lying to CPS. Abella said, reminds me of that Alexis girl who had her baby in the hospital and killed him there. Her cheer uniform was tight like that. Yep. And the other girl that's been in the news too that we talked about, that was a University of Kentucky cheerleader. It is. But see, it's upsetting because this case didn't get as much attention as Maddie did. And it's so obvious. Her body still has not been located.
Bro, her sweatshirt is not moving. Her sweatshirt is not moving.
There's no way they didn't.
I don't really know how to feel about her just yet. Sometimes I have mixed emotions, no lie. But I got
all right.
Gotta understand that.
Hold on. I don't remember what she says.
Some of that is gonna be in protecting my family, because at the end of the day, no matter how fucked up it is, gonna be your family.
All right. So the last video I'm going to show you guys before we go to the sentencing hearing is this one, and it's going to show you the shop. This is the shop where he allegedly worked at, and the last place Naziah was known to be. They came in and they cleaned it out. Content said, just like Farah from Teen Mom, she was still trying to cheer at football games in her third trimester. That's crazy. Heck yeah. What's going on, Indy? Lala said, and when comparing this case to Maddie's case, this asshole had so many more victims than that other asshole. And there's probably some victims that aren't speaking out about it. There were so many victims. Oh, yeah. If y'all don't mind, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. All right. So here is video of the shop.
On this food. And they ripped the shit up so bad, I can't even tell. Where would the date will be on the damn can, though? This can say September 22nd, 2024. 2024? September 22nd. I'm telling y'all, boo-boo everywhere, so.
I think they're looking for evidence of Naziah being there, evidence of the homicide, and trying to figure out the last date that anybody was there. I'd be willing to put my money down on the fact that Stefan had more victims. He probably did. But this motherfucker was on the registry, had done 8 years in prison for hurting children in that way. I mean, it was just, and I mean, we saw the video. It was so in your face. She was in school, y'all. She was in public school. It's actually the fucking school who reported her missing finally after an extended period of fucking time that she had not been there. The school, the fucking community, everybody saw her, and I mean, nobody did any fucking thing. Everybody saw her with this man. You know, in a small community or a big community, people know, like people like Jarvis, a lot of people know, or there will be whispers in the background. Oh, that man's not good. To the extent of, you know, the mother in the house told people in the family. CPS came to the house. Like, people fucking knew who he was and that he was a piece of shit. And the school didn't do shit. And the family didn't do shit. It's just, why? It's an auto shop. He was trade this children off to his friends too. Yep. There's text messages. I haven't found them this time, but I remember hearing or reading text messages about 2 girls at the shop. And he's about to have relations with both of them. And Ziyah was one of them. If I remember correctly. If I'm wrong, please correct me.
What's in these drawers? She ain't had no panty drawers. Okay, I ain't saying that. I'm just speculating. Shoot. Pocket juice, a battery charger.
I'm going to drop the link.
So somebody had to charge their phone up or something. Let's see.
No, you are Rosie. The girl that was found in a bin at an abandoned house was Jacqueline Mimi Torres. That's a different state and a different case. Jacqueline was starved, homeschooled, put in a bin, and the mother, the boyfriend, and the aunt were charged. This is a different case out of Detroit. But yeah. So what they think happened, or what the allegation was, I haven't watched the sentencing hearing, but allegedly he was looking up stuff of how to make somebody have a miscarriage. And a lot of people think that he gave her antifreeze in some kind of flavored drink, and she drank the antifreeze. And then she, instead of her having a miscarriage or whatever, she ended up deceased somehow. And he threw her in this river. And this river, it's like a huge river in that area. And there's logs rolling down that river all the time. It's really like, it would be hard to find somebody in that river. But however, they did find the clothes she was wearing that day, the shoes she was wearing that day. I think they recovered the backpack. They might not have recovered the backpack, but they found her clothes and her shoes, but they've never found her. Yeah. Yep. It is disgusting.
Okay, you want to go down to the basement, or you want to keep, you know?
They make me mad too.
All these cans over here. Okay, what is this? Women products? Too good. Some yogurts. What's this medication right here?
They're trying to figure out if he gave her something, if there's evidence of something he gave her at the shop. And with the investigation that was done, it wouldn't surprise me to learn they found something. But I've always thought, and from the picture that Lord, the police detective from New York, anyway, he shows a picture and there's antifreeze in the background, and you know, in the background of like a playroom where a bunch of kids are, there's antifreeze on the ground, like a jug of antifreeze, and like an area where there's like toddlers. So there are several reasons to think that, but I don't have all of them right now at my fingertips.
Some aspirin. Okay.
Strategic. Thank you, Kim.
Okay, let me show you where I was nauseous at.
Did you search over on his side?
Quickly, your little ray of sunshine said, I don't think he threw her in that river. They find bodies in that river all the time. Okay. They did find her clothes. I want to know where she's at. And I wish that they could find her so that she could be laid to rest. Thank you for that information. Yeah, they put something in it to make it taste bitter, but you can get it without it tasting bitter, especially if you have an auto shop.
I didn't get to this. I got my mask on. We got to be careful with needles too. Somebody got a lot of medication up in here.
Pack of Haribo gummy bears. Who do you think those were for?
On this food.
All right. This case is so infuriating. So now we're going to jump ahead to today, or what's just recently happened, Thursday, as of Thursday of this past week, March 12th, 2026. He was finally sentenced for her homicide. Now, I haven't watched this. I'm going to watch it with you guys. I was looking for a picture of him for the thumbnail, so I did skip all this. This is probably them just talking or whatever. I guess we'll I think they're just waiting for people because, like, it looks like the attorneys and stuff aren't there. The judge is there. I'll play it. See. I think we're just waiting. Anyway, I was looking for a picture of him for the thumbnail, and I saw that he walks in right here, so I skipped it ahead to there. And I'll put closed captions on. We'll watch it together. Hold on. Wolfpack said, didn't her family go out and buy a new car right after? Was it with GoFundMe money? It wouldn't surprise me to learn that they have. I've never heard that, but I didn't follow the case as closely as some others did. It would not surprise me to learn that they did. They did find her clothes, but what is weird is that those aren't the clothes or the ones she wore to school that day. So if she didn't wear the pink jumpsuit, like it's like you know how it was like a one-piece suit was popular at the time, and they're still probably popular. It's like a one-piece little jumper type thing, and it was pink, and then they found her shoes. That's not what she wore to school that day. I remember seeing her in the black jacket, but I thought she could be wearing it over that pink outfit. That's interesting. Your little ray of sunshine. That's really interesting. And I don't find it beyond the realm of possibility that Jarvis would have thrown those in there to make it look like that's where he put her, even though he didn't. He's a seasoned criminal. Indy, thank you so much for the super chat. That was so sweet. And thank you for the hugs and the orange heart. I'm giving you a little heart too and some hugs. Thank you so much, love. I really appreciate that. You are amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for the support. That was so sweet of you. Cindy said, I wonder if he left her clothes near the river and disposed of her body in the trash. Possibility. He definitely could have done that to throw them off. And I think that he would have. Reminds me of a guy who was a gold buyer in LA. I went there to sell a chain one time years ago. He invited me in the back, and it was like he had a whole house back there. Oh, wow. That's crazy. All right, I'm going to play this. No, they don't. No conscience of the innocents. They're stealing. He's still wearing that mask to hide his face.
Calling cases 250000218.
I do too.
2400223 24006 2500241 2500478, and lastly 25006 These are all in the matters of People versus Jarvis Butts. Today's date and time is scheduled for sentencing. Appearances can start with the prosecutors.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Tina Ripley on behalf of the people, P83688.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. Matthew Makis on behalf of the people, P82796.
Good afternoon, our Neighborhood Offender Service by Cheryl Quick, P83973, on behalf of Jarvis Butts, together with co-counsel.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good afternoon to your staff. Neighborhood Offender Services by Ken Reagan, P82125.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Lori Butler, P88126, with Neighborhood Offender Service, also on behalf of Mr. Butts.
Thank you. Mr. Butts, please state your name. Jarvis Butts.
Before we hear him talk, they just read out those cases. So this is going to be from the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. I'm going to read this to you. And it was published on the same day as his sentencing. And it reads, this afternoon, Judge Nicholas Hathaway sentenced defendant Jarvis Butt to 35 to 60 years for second-degree homicide in the homicide of 13-year-old Ziyyah Harris. So we know that he'll get that, okay? But we're still going to watch it and break it down. He was also sentenced on 5 other criminal SC actual conduct cases, all to be served concurrently in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Quote, one of the most important aspects of the plea agreement was giving Ziyyah's family some semblance of closure. The disclosure of the location of her body was crucial. As a condition of his plea to second-degree homicide, Jarvis was required to give a truthful statement regarding the body of Ziyyah Harris. We are satisfied with the statement he's given, so I'm interested to hear that. The main reason I clicked on this is so the charges, you could hear them. Defendant was sentenced, so this is case number, that one, it says Ziyyah Harris 13. He was sentenced to 1 count of second-degree homicide with a sentence agreement of 35 to 60 years. Counts 2, 3, and 4 were dismissed. He will not be eligible to apply for parole until he has served 35 years. That's bullshit. but I'm going to wait to react to the video. The next one was a then 7-year-old female victim. He was sentenced on 1 count of second-degree criminal sexual conduct with a sentence agreement of 10 to 15 years to run concurrently. Counts 2 and 3 and 4 were dismissed. And then the next charge is a then 4-year-old female victim. He was sentenced to count 2 of second-degree criminal sexual conduct with a sentence agreement of 10 to 15 years. 4-year-old victim, 7-year-old victim, then 8 or 9-year-old victim, and then 13-year-old, and then 8-year-old victim, y'all. All of these victims, that's 1. 13-year-old is probably Neziah. 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are the ones he's being charged with now, not the ones that he had already been charged with and served 8 years on. Let's go back and hear this.
All right, thank you. Attorneys, you can all have a seat if you'd like. Today is the date and time documented for sentencing for all 6 of Mr. Butts' matters.
It pisses me off.
Resolve short of trial rendered pleas with sentence agreements on all 6 of his files. Noting, of course, there's a lot of people in this courtroom. I want everyone to look around at all of the gentlemen and ladies wearing the brown uniforms. If anyone thinks, if you're thinking you cannot.
Excuse me?
Civilized manner, follow the rules of the court and behave in a civilized manner. Now would be your time to exit the courtroom. I will not, or I will.
Well, they do got a lot of police in there right now. You know, he's wearing that mask on his face because he don't want people to see his fucking face. Little fucking bastard. Yeah, he won't look up at all. Right, Abellis? It is disgusting, Indy. It baffles me that they cannot present themselves as being, that they can present themselves as being so loving, charming, and charismatic, and yet are empty, cold shells. Facts.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
So many victims, and those are just the ones that spoke out. He's 43 years old. Okay, Cindy Love.
Take it very seriously in the event of any sort of outburst, and I don't want to see anything like that. We all understand. Very good. All right, attorneys, as noted previously, Mr. Butts is here to be sentenced, and there were sentence agreements negotiated on all 6 of his files. He was referred for a pre-sentence investigation report. Attorneys,
be safe.
A short bench conference or actually chambers conference regarding the pre-sentence investigation report to discuss some potential changes or modifications to the sentencing guidelines. So I'll start with the prosecutors, and I don't know if one or both of you are going to be speaking here today, but have you had an opportunity to fully review the pre-sentence report?
Yes, Judge, including the guidelines.
All right, very good. Were you requesting any additions, deletions, or corrections?
Not in the body of the report. I don't know if you want to go through those first and then do the guidelines.
We can start with the body first.
Nothing to the body of the report, Judge.
Okay, and that includes Ms. Police files as well?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Defense, have you all had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report and its contents with Mr. Butts?
Yeah.
And were you requesting any additions, deletions, or corrections?
There are some changes here.
Okay, very good. Whenever you're ready.
All right.
I want to I think Michigan, I'll look it up just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure that they don't have the death penalty, but at the same time, 35 to 60 years and the eligibility of parole, or he can go before the board after 35 years is not long enough. This is a repeat offender. He had already done 8 years in prison for child sexual abuse. And then we're looking at, 7 different charges? And there was 4 or 5 different victims. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different victims that they had enough evidence to charge him with and get a conviction on. Okay, that's not 5 victims total. That's 5 that they had enough evidence to take before a court and say, here's the evidence, and feel like they could get a conviction. Okay, that's not all the victims. That's just the ones they had enough evidence for. This is so infuriating. I am not at all in agreement with this. I hope, and they talk about he had to give up the location of her body. I need to know that her body has been located and she has been laid to rest, because the community deserves answers. And the family members that actually loved her, that if they'd been in that house would have done something, deserve answers. The people that were in that house that didn't do shit do not. She deserves to be laid to rest. She deserves to finally have a moment in her life, well, after death, where she's safe and she is sound and she is at peace. This is bullshit.
First change is going to be.
He didn't give the info. He shouldn't get the plea deal then.
Page 1.
Not that I saw, Lala.
This is the basic
Yep.
information report, counsel.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's page 3.
Page 3.
Thank you, Tom.
List the currently under sentence. Sentencing date for that charge should be 2/4 of 24, not 2/4 of 27.
I don't either.
Okay. We'll make that change. What else, counsel?
How was he eligible to still take this plea deal if he didn't give up the location of the body? I mean, we've got they said they're satisfied with his statement, so you better be producing a body that can be laid to rest, sir, Mr. District Attorney.
My client, just one moment. Under the section on the evaluation of plan, it would be paragraph 4.
One moment, counsel. Evaluation plan, paragraph 4.
Me too, Andy.
My client states he has never resided.
I do,
in Arizona
Rosie.
Or has ever told me when he resided in Arizona. So I like that stricken.
People? No objection. Let's strike that portion of the sentence, counsel.
Next change is going to be under the sentencing.
Good night, Scratch. Good to see you.
And it is going to be number 5 of 21.
Right, Southern. Absolutely disgusting.
What page are you on, counsel?
I am on page 19.
And I have already submitted a FOIA request. I'm going to be on their ass. I'm going to be on their ass. I do not mind making phone calls and emailing the district attorney's office to ask them, when are we going to get news about Naziah being found and laid to rest? I'm not afraid to make phone calls or submit emails. They will not like me. If he did not give up the location of that body, I'm gonna bug the fuck out of him. Ms. King said, I heard it said that it might be hard to find the body because of the time it has been. If that's true, I need to know that they attempted. I need to know that they at least attempted, because if we're going to talk about the Emmanuel Haro case where everybody believes strongly that Emmanuel was put into the trash and could be at the landfill in California in a highly populated area and nobody knew anything until about 3 or 4 months after, I could completely understand how you might not be able to locate the remains of an infant in a landfill that's got millions of tons of trash coming in it probably weekly. But I need to know that they at least tried. I need to know that, something was done. He is a special kind of sick content.
Five of 21?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
My client indicates that he was never originally charged with 2 counts. He said it was always 1 count that he was originally charged with in that matter. He did plead to 1 count.
Did you see the final charge resulted by way of plea? Do people dispute that he was only charged with 1 count of CSC? No, Your Honor.
So there's a charge specifically. I didn't catch the case number, but he's saying that he was only charged with 1 count of it, and the state's saying he's charged with 2. He did plead to 1 count.
All right, we'll strike that count 2 then.
Okay. Under page 4,
So they took one of the counts off, which means one of the charges. I know. They did find Quentin finally, yep. They should.
Under 4 of 21, the CCW.
I'm there.
You know, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. My apologies.
Take your time.
And I know that they got a job to do, but it would be so hard. So hard. I would want to see charges against the women in that house too. Have the children, the other children victims of his, been to therapy? Have they gotten the help that they need to deal with that?
On page 25, 16 to 21.
16 of 21 on their counsel.
The sentence was actually 2 years probation with first year in Wayne County Jail, not 3.
People dispute that? No, Judge.
The first count was 2 years in the Wayne County Jail. I guess it's the time. Yeah, he's been in Wayne County Jail for 2 years, so they're asking to have credit for that time. Rosie said, can the judge demand these creeps look up and stand up? Can the judge demand that they show their face? They can, but I think it's towards the end when he's actually sentenced. He's trying to look sad and meek and just like he's harmless, and it's so infuriating. Because this is one of the most dangerous people to ever walk this earth.
All right, we'll modify that to a 2-year term of probation.
And the reason, quickly before I mute, the reason he's so dangerous is because he has the ability to blend in with society and to blend in with people and to hide how dangerous he actually is. That's what makes him even more dangerous to me. You know how if there could be somebody who's committed a triple homicide, but you could tell, like, because they always talked about, homicide. So, there were signs, right? There's not a lot of signs with him. He can blend into society, date another female, and she has to watch her children closely. Now, with Naziah, there were signs eventually that nobody paid attention to.
Changes would be under the marriage section, page 29.
In there.
We need to delete Danielle Dinwiddie as a child, as well as Christopher Dinwiddie. These
You're
are
removing
not
children.
Mr. Butts' biological children.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that goes into Corey said, are all the children his that he wrongly touched? I don't think all of them are, but some of them were. Oh, it's okay. I don't know. Sometimes it does that. Karen, good to see you. Good to see you. Good night, my love. I hope you have a good night.
Okay, Danielle Dinwiddie should be struck.
Yes.
People agree? Yes, sir.
Christopher Dinwiddie needs to be struck as well.
People agree? Yes, sir.
Okay. And the listing of Davion Marketa Butts should actually be Davion Pettis is his last name. P-E-T-T-A-S.
P-E-T-T-A-S.
Yes.
People dispute that? No, Judge. Make that change as well.
All right. Going to the previous page, page number 28 under family.
I want this document.
I'm there.
We need to
I need to
add
submit a FOIA for it.
Naeem, N-A-apostrophe-I-M, Butts.
See
His
if I
brother
can
is
pull it.
deceased.
No objection? No objection.
Okay. Under the family narrative, second sentence, he reported having 4 maternal half-siblings. That should be 5 maternal half-siblings.
Again, no objection.
Okay.
All right.
Next change is going to be under substance treatment. This would be page number 33 in the report.
Okay, we got some.
Under Catholic Social Services, it showed completed no. That should be completed yes. Just one moment. They completed that no, but he is added completed that.
All right, the needs you completed Catholic Social Services outpatient treatment?
Yes.
People dispute that?
No, Your Honor.
I'll change the no to yes, counsel.
And Your Honor, that is it as far as changes to the body of the report. The only change to the guidelines would be the guidelines under case ending in 2436. Yeah, we'll let the people start and we'll put our change after this.
Okay, very good. All right, Mr. Makepeace, you were requesting some changes to help guidelines report.
Yes, Judge, and I'm just going to go in the order that they were listed in the PSI.
Appreciate that. I'm on the first one.
And that would be case ending 2236.
Yes.
With respect to the PRVs, we believe those are correct. The OB, the only changes on the OB should be OB12, which is scored at 5. That should be 0.
OB12 is scored at 5. You believe that should be 0. I presume no objection from the defense.
No objection, Your
All right, we'll change OB12 on that case number to reflect 0.
Okay, so now the prosecution is speaking in this. I apologize. I'm trying to pull up the court documents. I've gotten some of them. Karen, thank you for sharing your 10-month membership milestone, and thank you for being a member for 10 months. Thank you for the continued support. You are amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Karen says, love this channel, and we love you too. Thank you so much for being a continued supporter and a member of this channel for 10 whole entire months. We got a YouTube baby. Whoop, 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 whoop. You know what, Wolfpack? I'm reading your comment, and there's a lot of people that talk about generational trauma and things like that about the area that she was in, and it shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't, at all. I'm wearing my Maddie hoodie. Oh. Abella said, FYI, I'm wearing my Maddie hoodie. Every time I wear it, I get compliments on the heart. It's so cool. That is so touching to me, Abellas, and I'm so glad that you did that. That's so sweet. I'm so glad you're wearing that hoodie, and I'm so glad you get compliments on it. I saw the Maddie emoji today when I was adding the other emojis that y'all should have. Hopefully, they might have to clear them, so it might be the next time we come live. Sometimes I think it's been going on for so long in some families that they don't even notice it's wrong. Generational, yeah. And it's wrong no matter what. I mean, in this day and age, there's no way you couldn't know it was wrong.
And that reduces the total OB level to 35. It does not change the OB level or the guideline minimum range. 43 to 86 is correct.
All right. Is defense requesting any additional modifications to how the guidelines are scored on that document number?
No.
All right. I'll change the total OBs to reflect 35. OB level remains the same. Guideline minimum range remains the same, well, 43 to 86 months.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Next.
That would be case ending 6232. The PRVs are correctly scored. The same change is being requested of OB12 from 5 to 0.
Presume again, no objection from the defense.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, OB12 will be changed to 0. Any other changes to that, Mr. Makepeace?
Not the OBs. That reduces the total OB from 50 to 45. It does reduce the OB level from 5 to 4, and it reduces the guideline minimum range of 43 to 80, from 50 to 100 to 43 to 86.
Okay. Does the defense concur with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And were you requesting any additional changes to that docket number?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I'll make those changes. Reflecting total OBs 45. OB level 4. Guideline range 43 to 86 months. Okay. Next, Mr. Makepeace.
That would be case ending in 0218, the homicide case.
That's so cool.
With respect to the PRVs, the PRV2 should be scored at 20.
Oh, really? You had one too, Southern? That's so cool.
Defense objection to that?
No, Your Honor.
PRV2 scored at 20.
And then PRV4, which is currently scored at 5.
While they're doing this, I'm trying to find the actual documents, but I'm having trouble as of right now.
PRV4 reduced to 0. OBs.
The OB first change is OB6, which is currently scored at 50. That must be scored at 25, consistent with the plea of murder.
Let's try it on my phone.
OB6 should be reduced to 25. I presume the defense concurs.
Yeah.
This is infuriating. 20. It should be reduced to 25 years if he agrees that he murdered a child. They're saying this charge should be reduced to 25 years if he admits that he actually homicided a child. It's fucking.
Yes, Your Honor. The next one would be OB.
I'm checking on my phone to see if it'll come up.
People should believe that should be scored at 15.
Okay. Defense.
No objection.
All right. OB8 should be scored at 15. Mr. Makepeace.
And then with respect to OB13, that's currently scored at 25. People believe that's the crimes pattern of crimes that should be scored at 0 based on the conviction and times of offenses.
Okay, OB13 they scored at 25. You believe it should be 0?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Defense, I presume no objection.
No objection.
All right. Change OB13 to reflect a 0. Any others, Mr. Makepeace?
Last one, Judge, is OB19. That's currently scored at 0. People believe that should be scored at 10.
Defense?
Just one more.
Virginia Wallace, good to see you. Said I missed the beginning. Feeling spring feverish, and now I'm ill over this piece of shit. They hurt babies because they are weak individuals. We as a society have got to do better. I do not disagree at all. Hey, Stephanie, could only pop in for a second. Just wanted to say hello. Hello. Please make sure y'all hit the thumbs up so they'll share our stream. I'm sorry, Virginia, that you're feeling spring feverish over this piece of shit. I was getting so frustrated when I was pulling videos for this. And he doesn't look up the whole time. He's had that face mask on the whole entire time. I'm trying to access the clerk of court's office now for this to see if I can get the document, but it's saying that it can't reach the site on my phone or on the computer. And sometimes that happens on the weekends. It's like sometimes I can't get the court sites to load on the weekends for whatever reason, but I'm still trying to find it. I haven't seen it out yet, so I might have to FOIA that separately. I want to see his plea deal.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, OB19 will be modified to 10. All right, on docket ending in 218, the homicide matter, defense requesting any additional changes and modifications to the guidelines?
No, Your Honor.
No. Okay, Mr. Makepeace, do the math for me regarding total PRBs, total OBs, and what that does.
Total PRBs go up to 80. That remains at a PRB level of F. Total OBs go down to 105. That remains at OB level 3. And it does not change the guideline minimum range of 365 to 600 months to life.
Okay, very good.
Range of 365 to 600 months to life.
All right, next, Mr. Makepeace.
That would be case ending.
I've got 241 next.
Yep, 241. The PRBs are correctly scored at 62. The OBs, there are 2 changes. The first one being to OB 11, which is currently scored at 25. That should be scored at 0.
Presume no objection to defense.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, OB 11 would be reduced to 0.
And then OB 13 is currently scored at 25. That should be reduced to 0 as well, based on the timing of the offenses.
Again, I presume no objection to defense.
No objection, Your Honor.
OB 13 will be reduced to 0. Is that it, Mr. Makepeace, on that?
That's it, Judge. The PRBs remain at 62, PRB level E. Total OBs go down from 60 to 10. That reduces the OB level to 2. That changes the guideline minimum range to 29 to 57 months.
So those are for the charges where he was touching children that were under the fucking 7-year-old, 4-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, going back to this some of those charges, one of those or some of those, it's 29 to 57 months in prison. So infuriating. It's looking like I'm going to have to do, again, a separate record request to get this plea deal, but I will be doing that as soon as I end the stream with you guys.
57 months? Yes.
I want to see what the hell it says.
All right, defense brief.
Absolutely.
Any other changes or modifications to those guidelines on that document from defense?
No.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Nichols.
Yeah, I'm feeling better.
Next case,
We took a hike.
4478. PRVs are correctly scored at 72. With respect to the OBs, the only change being requested is the OB level, OB 13, which is currently scored at 25. That should be scored at 0, again, based on the timing of convictions and dates of offenses.
I'm seeing that there's somebody that gets kicked out of the courtroom or something. So I don't know, yelling or something. I'm waiting to see that. What happens? Going on 2 weeks now, something bit my cheek. Oh my God. You've been going to the doctor? Okay, yeah, make sure you keep doing that. That's crazy, Rosie. I'm so sorry. Yeah, everyone he could get his hands on except a grown woman was his victim.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
And the grown woman didn't do shit to save the children. They put it in months, so it sounds longer than what it is. I hate that they put it in months.
Okay, no objection from defense.
No objection.
All right, OB 13 will be reduced to 0.
That reduces the total OBs from 45 to 20. OB level goes down from 4 to 2, and it reduces the guideline minimum range from 84 to 140 months to 72 to 120 months.
72 to 120.
Yes.
Defense concurs.
Agreed.
Any other changes or modifications to docket ending in 4478?
None yet.
All right, thank you. All right, one more, Mr. Nichols.
That would be 6461. The PRVs are correctly scored at 65. With respect to the OBs, may I have one moment, Judge?
Of course.
Okay, he asked for a moment.
Judge, we are going to ask the court to hold an advance of ruling on OB4, which is psychological impact, until after the victim impact statements. We anticipate increasing or asking that to be scored at 10. With respect to ones that are not in dispute at this point, OB11.
What about the psychological impact on the children that he abused? Like, is that what we're talking about? Yeah, Rosie, you need to take care, sweetheart. Yeah, definitely continue to see your doctor. I wonder what bit you. I wonder if it was somebody outside of something in the area outside of Nancy Guthrie's house that you're having a reaction to. Abella said, keep the area really clean. And are you on antibiotics?
Is currently scored at 25. That should be 0.
OB 11, you're requesting a
All right.
reduction to 0. No objection from the objection. All right, that'll be reduced to
I'm going to
0.
skip it ahead just a little bit where he sits down.
We will come back to that office.
Yeah, we'll circle back.
Thank you.
All right.
No other changes to the guidelines. But
Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Regarding docket ending in 6461, any additional requests or modifications from that?
No.
Okay. All right. So other than the issue of OB4 on that docket number, guidelines have been updated as noted here on the record. Now, of course, to make these under the Crime Victims' Rights Act, the various complainants on all files are entitled to make statements here in open court before the court imposes a sentence. Do you have complainants here?
we do, Judge. I believe APA Ripley is going to announce which ones are going to push it.
Okay. And how many people will be addressing your court today?
Judge, I believe 7.
7. Okay.
7 people are addressing the court. Hey, Carol.
It does not matter to me what order they go. Just indicate which docket number they will be addressing the court on. Okay.
Yes, Judge.
You got here right when you're supposed to be here. We're about to see him, Jarvis Butt, sentenced for the homicide of ZiyahHarris after years of sexual abuse to not only her, but her siblings and his own children.
And whenever you're ready.
I believe first we will have Ms. Harris.
So if you are going to be addressing the court here today, you're going to come right through the center door, and you're going to go to the side of the courtroom nearest the prosecutor's table there, and you're going to have a seat in this chair directly next to me, and then I'll explain some ground rules to you before you can speak.
And Judge, for the record, that's going to be on case ending in 218.
218, thank you.
Yes.
On case ending in 218. All right, so 218 is going to be the ZiyahHarris, where he's sentenced to 1 count of second-degree homicide, and it should have been first. So they're addressing the court in reference to ZiyahHarris homicide. Yeah. I hope that you get better, sweetheart. I'll be praying for you. I think that's her grandmother. I'm sure she'll say.
Good afternoon, ma'am. So I just wanted to explain a few things to you. That red illuminated device in front of you, yes, that's a microphone. It's also a recording device. And I see that you have a written copy of the statement. Okay. So when you are done, if you could just provide a copy of that, perhaps to the prosecutor's office, so we can make a copy of that, okay? And then you can sit or stand, however you would like to do it. Just make sure that you're keeping your voice nice and loud and clear for us. If you could just first state and spell your name.
Excuse me. Annette Harris, ANNETTEHARRIS.
Thank you, ma'am. And there are Kleenex there if needed, whenever you're ready.
Really?
To the Honorable Judge Nicholas John Hathaway in the Wayne County Circuit Court. Good morning. I would like to thank the court for giving me the opportunity to speak as I stand here before you to address the concerns that me and my family have. It has been 2 years and 2 months since I reported Ziya missing. I want you to know that my life will never be the same. My family's life will never be the same without Ziya. And every day that I wake up with her, I wake up feeling depressed. It's another day without her. I love her and I miss her dearly.
Okay, so I thought that she was reported by the school. I think they went to the school or something. There's something to do with the school with her being reported missing. But Annette Harris is her grandmother and adoptive mother. So here I just asked real quick, and I won't pull it up because it's just a sentence. It says Annette Harris, Ziya was reported missing January 9th of 2024 by her grandmother and adoptive mother, Annette Harris, when she didn't come home from school. Harris said the young girl had never gone missing from school before.
I can't tell her that because her life was.
I agree. There's no way the women didn't know. No fucking way. Especially with the text message at 1:52 in the morning where we go in your choice and he says, I don't know, or something. She's texting Jarvis Butts, where are we going to go do it at? It's your choice at 1:52 in the fucking morning. And that was a year before she ends up missing and highly obviously pregnant. Everybody knew. But for me, it's like, why did he kill her?
I can't tell her that because her life was taken from her. Words cannot express just how much me and my family really miss and love Ziya. This has impacted my life and my family's life. There are days when I can't, when I don't want to get out of bed. I wake up really depressed. I don't want to talk to anybody, to anyone, just getting out of bed.
Can y'all understand what she's saying? I don't understand why he killed her, because he had already abused children before. I think that children had given birth to his children before, and Why did he kill Naziah? I mean, this was a repeated pattern for him. What upsets me is they were all there and they all knew the basement was one place where young girls go down there with him, and now they're all crying. Facts, Rosie. Miss King said this statement's all about her and not about Naziah. This woman is also responsible for what happened. She's saying that her life has been impacted since the day she reported Naziah missing. She said that her family really loves and cares for Naziah, and she's so depressed. Some days it's hard to get out of bed. She just doesn't want to get out of bed. So far, basically, in a nutshell, Wolfpack. It is kind of hard to understand.
The basic everyday things that I miss, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I don't want to get out of bed. I wake up feeling depressed. I don't want to talk to anyone. Just getting out of bed to do the basic everyday things that I need to get done. This has affected my health. I am seeing more than one doctor about my health, including.
I'm sorry, I was muted. It is all about her, and she's talking about her health and how she's seeing more than one doctor about her health since Naziah went missing. Carol said he was making her drink all types of stuff to kill the baby, poisoning, I think. And from what I understand, she drank antifreeze unknowingly because they were looking it up. Abella said there's caption at the top right above her head on my phone. There is, yes. I think it was an accident. He gave her too much or whatever he was giving her to lose the baby. And that's a possibility for as to why he killed her and not the others. It's a possibility. Makes sense, Miss King.
I don't feel safe in my home. My address and my phone number has been put on social media. People have been driving by, taking pictures of my home. I have been threatened. My family have been threatened. Pictures taken of me and my family following me.
Okay, she said that her information's been posted on social media. People driving by her house, she's been threatened, and people are taking pictures of her. But this is supposed to be a victim impact statement of how Jarvis Butts and his actions has impacted your life and what it's like to be without Naziah. This is not a plea to the police for help. I do not like this at all.
In my car, pictures posted, setting up GoFundMe raises in Naziah's name without my permission. This has also affected me financially.
Where did the audio go?
I don't know.
There it is.
I'm sorry.
Take your time, man.
Somebody just yelled from the audience to shut up from the courtroom. I'll back it up. Somebody did just say shut up. Somebody is not having it.
Anybody else wants to leave? There is a courtroom, 206 down the hallway. You can observe this proceeding. You can't use those.
And I don't come into my home.
Let's step up. Two ladies here. Go. Go. There, in the red and in the black. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Please remain quiet. Quiet in the court. Shut the fuck up. Oh, wait. Right, an additional reminder, if you're going to have difficulty controlling yourself, now would be a good time to leave.
Sir, I usually just
Somebody going the fuck off.
Ma'am,
Thank you, cameraman. Oh.
I'm sorry, were you through, ma'am?
No, Judge, I'm going to finish reading the written statement.
Very good. You can return to your seat now. Mr. Makepeace, you can let her get situated and then you can proceed.
Okay, so the prosecution is about to finish reading the statement for the grandmother. I understand their frustration. Well, I don't understand their frustration, especially if they're related to Naziah, but she's one of the people who could have stopped this and didn't, from my understanding. So, I mean, this case is very infuriating. A lot of people have a lot of feelings about it. I mean, we have to be adults and control that kind of thing, especially in a daggum courtroom. But I don't know. It wasn't as unexpected as it might be in some other cases for somebody to do that, you know? So this is the grandmother statement. He's finishing reading. He still won't. Jarvis won't look up. That mask still tight on his face.
Whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Judge. I'm going to go where I remember her stopping. Posting pictures, setting up GoFundMe fundraisers in Naziah's name without my permission. This has also affected me financially, and people doing podcast shows, emailing me, people that I don't know coming to my home, knocking on my door constantly. This is really hard and has been very painful for me, and I pray to God that no one and no other family will ever have to endure what me and my family have endured. This deserves attention and ongoing awareness to other families and people so that this does not happen to anyone and other families like this has happened to me and my family. And that would be the conclusion of the statement from Annette Harris that was provided to my office and that she was reading on the statement.
Okay, I think what happened there, somebody told her, you need to talk about how the death of ZiyahHarris has impacted you and your family. But she went on, it's impacted my family by people riding by my house, and how the backlash from the community of referencing ZiyahHarris's death has impacted her, not how what Jarvis did, the abuse that he doled out to all of these children, to Naziah, the fact that she was pregnant with his child. Like, you're not talking about any of that. What Jarvis has done that has changed your life and your family's life forever, not the community being upset because it's highly fucking evident that it was obvious what was going on and nobody was doing a fucking thing. That's not what you talk about when you're talking to the person who committed the homicide of your granddaughter, who was like a daughter to you. You talk about how Jarvis and what he did impacted, not the community. Community and room service. She'll be found guilty within an hour or two. Can't wait for Monday. Corey will get her wish and she'll be moving to her mansion. Gated community and room service. Justice for Eric. I've saw a few things on that case, but I haven't kept up with it. Right, Carol?
Thank you. All right. Is there any additional complainant that will be addressing in court on file ending in 218?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we have that person go next?
It's Shannon Harris.
Or Mr. Harris in court?
The Marketa Harris.
Shannon Harris.
So again, ma'am, you can make your way right up here.
Was it them? I wonder.
Or you can stand however
I
you're
wonder if it was them
Again,
who
that
hollered at
microphone
the
is
grandmother.
a microphone and a recording device. Just try to direct your voice into that. And if you just state and spell your name, please.
My name is Marketa Harris, Marketta. Last name Harris, Harris.
Thank you. And ma'am, you also have a prepared statement?
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind just providing a copy to the prosecutor's office for the court file following the hearing today, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, everyone.
She said, "Good afternoon."
It has been 2 years, 2 months, 3 days since we heard.
Hey, Jenny Jen.
Or even physically touching his eye. This has tremendously affected my family and I mentally, physically, and emotionally. Since this case started, we have been physically assaulted in public, cyberbullied, harassed, stalked, and so much more. I became homeless, lost several jobs in the past 2 years.
Why aren't you talking about Naziah's life and how what Jarvis did affected you because he committed the homicide of Naziah, not what Jarvis did because he committed the homicide of Naziah and the community found out and people on the internet found out that all of you appeared to have known about what was going on and didn't do a fucking thing and how that's affected you. What about Naziah? What about her death? I mean, you did say, to give credit, that it's been 2 years, 2 months, and 3 days since you physically touched Naziah, but then you go on to how your life's become so fucked up since she's been gone, not how you miss her. You love her. She was too young. This should not have happened. None of that. This is so fucked up.
Life, my family life, will never be the same.
Hey, Max.
You have taken something so precious from us, and we'll
Maybe.
never give back.
Okay, good.
Every
Maybe
month,
I spoke too
every
soon.
day, every month, and every dollar. I have to remind myself that my niece, Naziah, isn't coming back. Our life will never be the same again. Justice isn't served. You're still able to live. You're still able to get health care. You're still able to breathe without any remorse. You are an habitual serial predator. You have taken my kid's favorite cousin. You have taken my first daughter before I had my own. I hate you. I was nothing but the worst for you. I despise you. My children were removed from my care temporarily because of you. My children's behavior has changed because of you. You have gave.
But you had them lie to CPS and say he wasn't in the house. You had them lie to CPS and say that they made shit up. Like, that's why they were removed. But this is more along the lines of what I wanted to see. Content said even his own sister speaks out. When your own sister speaks against you, you're guilty as fuck. I know that's right.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
The world a whole story to talk about, but today we're here to tell you how this made us feel. Justice will never be served. Going back to the house where Naziah lived doesn't feel the same anymore. I don't sleep at all anymore. I recommend that the court give him the electric chair if that's what Michigan, if we had it. A life for a life.
That's what it should be.
We will never know her last words. We will never know if she suffered in pain. I can't really say or express how I really feel to this whole tragic situation. Since January 9th, 2024 will be the day I'll never forget, the day that I got the call that she never came back home. I never lived.
She was content.
I never be able to hear her voice. I never be able to physically touch her. I never be able to see her smile. I never be able I'll never be able to get to hold her again. I'll never be able to get to listen to her, see her smile. I'll never get to see her tell me stories of what her day went on about school. I'll never get to have that chance ever again because of you. Hurts.
I'm glad that she did speak about Naziah and how how she won't be able to hold her, hear about her day, you know, all of that. That was better, but they absolutely knew, and that's why the community is so upset. You cannot look at a video like we showed earlier where that child is obviously pregnant and pretend you did not fucking know. Carol Lover Street is the whole name. I apologize for calling you Carol if that's not your name. Said his sister really is there for Naziah. She's devastated, and you can feel that lady's pain. She broke me down. The empath in me crumbled with her sorrow. I'm glad Naziah had her at least.
Who will be going next?
Judge, I believe next would be Miss Butts.
And which file number? 218.
218.
So this might, I'm assuming this is about to be the sister, and you heard when he said that, when they said the name of the person speaking, you not heard, but saw him just reposition himself. He's nervous. Now, this statement from this person is going to impact him. You could tell by the way he just fidgeted. I wish they'd make him take that fucking mask off. Yep. He knew it was his sister, and he just moved.
Come right around here, ma'am.
Trying to look at her without looking up. Oh, he's real. This is going to impact him. Her statement.
So you can have a seat or you can stand, however you're most comfortable. Just state and spell your name first, please.
Okay. My name is Jarvis Butts. First name Tijuana. Last name Butts.
Do you have a prepared statement?
I do not, sir.
That's fine. Okay. Thank you. Whenever you're ready.
I don't have a prepared statement because I had no plans to come here today. I've been battling with myself on what is the right thing to do, what is the wrong thing to do. I'm here today for Naziah and for my nieces and the other victims that my brother has harmed. Got up this morning with every intention on going to work because for the last 2 years I have to go back to that day that I saw a little girl that I did not know and I had never seen. And I wish that there was a sign that she looked okay. And I believe that she was someone else's niece. And I had no reason not to believe what my brother said to me. That day will forever haunt me because I go back to like, why was I there? Why didn't I know? Why was there no sign?
That is real survivor's guilt. Everything she's experiencing is real survivor's guilt. Why was I there? Why didn't I know? Why didn't I see?
However, I'm a firm believer in God. And I do believe that sometimes we are put in places that we don't want to be in, even if we don't know why. And I feel like I was put there that day to be a voice for Zion and for every other child that my brother has harmed.
I really hope that she knows and understands that she had no way of knowing that he was doing that, and even though she was put there in that moment, there's no way she could have known.
I believe that Ziah's story brought a lot of the other victims out to the forefront. And sitting in the courtroom today, there are many Ziahs, many other victims that are unfortunately being harmed right now at this moment. And people are turning a blind eye to it. People are not paying attention as a community and protecting our children.
She said people are not paying attention as a community and protecting our children.
From monsters, from the very people who are supposed to love them and protect them. I don't know why my brother has turned into the person that is in this courtroom today. This is not who I remember as a child. I remember a little boy that used to follow me everywhere, that always wanted to protect me, even though I'm older than him. My brother knows that I've been a victim of sexual assault. My brother knows that I've been molested at a very young age.
It will.
He knows the pain it caused. I can't understand why he would want to cause that to an innocent child. Not just Ziah, but to his own children that have his face. I hope that every victim and my nieces and nephews can heal.
I hate that cut off there. Hold on. Oh, no. The hell we are not. Hold on. I'm going to try to find the rest of that. Content said, I still have bad survivor skill over the World Trade Center coming down. You guys, I worked on the 92nd floor months before it came down. My God, that is insane. Please know that there's no way for you to control that. There's no way you could have known. You shouldn't feel guilty about that because there's no way you could have known at all. Let me see if there's a part 2 of this. Lord have mercy.
Guidelines have been.
Woof, Jesus. All right, this is from I'm Not a Lawyer, but I'm not playing the whole thing. Okay, so we're going to start here. This is going to be the rest of the hearing. I'm getting this from I'm Not a Lawyer, but I'm going to drop their link so we can continue watching the rest of it since that one cut off. Please don't feel bad, content going back. I'm sorry, I was trying to multitask. Don't feel bad. That's not your fault. There's no way you could have known. And I'm sorry you went through that.
And he knows the pain it caused. I can't understand why he would want to cause that to an innocent child. Not just Ziah, but to his own children that have his face. I hope that every victim and my nieces and nephews can heal.
I do too.
From the things that my brother has done for the last 2 years. I've been drugged on social media. My family.
I'm here.
Has been put all over a lot of platforms, including my children, my grandchildren. People are posting places, the place that I work, and I don't work with children. I work with children because I had a hard time growing up. We did not have everything growing up, but we did have a grandmother that loved us and cared for us.
Virginia, I am so sorry that that happened. I am so sorry for all of y'all in chat. I'm so sorry for all of y'all that have been through things like that. That's so horrible. And my heart goes out to you. I'm going to play this and I can still hear it, but my smoke detector keeps going off. I got to show the kids how to turn it off because Mr. Speculating's out there. But I think the kids, he's watching them. I know there's not a fire, but I think they don't know how to turn it off. So I'm going to try to turn it off. I'm so sorry, Virginia. That's awful. That is so awful. Sorry for everything y'all been through. I'm going to play this, but I'm listening.
And I don't know if something happened to my brother when he was young. However, that is no excuse for what he has done. He could have gotten help. He could have said something to someone. Being a victim myself only made me want to protect him, not harm him in any kind. I'm hoping that he has a heart somewhere deep in there.
I'm back.
To tell where ZiyahHarris' body is, because she was innocent.
Yes, she was.
My brother stole so many children's innocence.
Maybe we can see better now, the words.
And he's playboy and old enough to know better. I hope that he can remember how we were raised. I hope that he can remember that he was loved. I hope that he gives the people that love her, closure in bringing her body so she can be laid to rest because she deserves that. She's an innocent child.
She
her
does.
soul should not be roaming the earth.
Nope.
If for no one else, for her. If for no one else, his children. And this is a hard thing to do because this is my brother. And I'm not going to stand here and say that I don't love him because I do. And I always will, and I want him to know that. And I hope that if he loves me, that he will do what's right. I watched him sit behind a mask. I watched him hold his head down. You made your bed, you gotta lay in it. Stand in it. Do what you have to do. You did what you did knowing. What you've done has just struck the community. I had to go back to work the day after I testified, 2 days after I testified. And the only thing I could think of was the children that I interact with every day that I love and will protect as my own. How are they going to see me? Because of him. Fortunately enough for me, I have a good support system. And the children I work with know who I am. The staff that I work with know who I am. And the people that I come encounter with every day knows who I am.
That loading part is on their video, but as you saw when we were on the news channel, it cut off at that part. So I think they were having some kind of technical things going on at this time. So we at least have the audio here. And even though it's like cutting in and out and loading, we can still hear. This is hard, and I can't imagine what she's going through. And I understand it. It struck the community, and that is her brother, and she will always love him, but he needs to give the body back, and he should not have been able to get this plea deal without giving Naziah's body back.
So it's nothing that anyone can say on social media. Right? Look up at me. I want you to know I do love you. And that will never change. But you have to do what's right. You have to do what's right. I can't turn off my feelings. I hate who he's become. I hate what he's done. You have to do what's right. So,
because his actions leaving lifelong scars. Let his consequences be so.
So this is titled Minor Victim. I don't know why it just jumped to that. But I guess this is a minor victim speaking after the sister spoke.
Because his actions leaving lifelong scars. Let his consequences be so no other child faces what I have. Thank you for listening and considering how this changed and impacted my life. Here is Brian.
Thank you. You can return to seat. Thank you.
Dear Honorable Judge,
That's his daughter.
I want to
Thank
begin
you.
by expressing my deepest gratitude to the prosecuting attorneys and Sergeant Shannon Jones. I would not be writing this letter today if it wasn't for the tragic loss of ZiyahHarris. I often went many years without thinking of Jarvis Butt. Without seeing his image repeatedly, I have been overwhelmed with emotional and mental stress.
So this is another minor victim who came forward because of Naziah's story. I can't, Jesus, to know what she's probably going through. Yeah, he needs to look at them. He needs to look at them. Yeah, please remember to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't.
I'm writing this in a deep place of vulnerability. I'm unsure if I will be able to attend sentencing as the trauma and mental health is immense. People cannot see the turmoil inside of me. I've been hospitalized many days I cannot get out of bed. And the last thing I want to do is suffer a panic attack in a courtroom. I want to be unequivocal. I believe in rehabilitation and in breaking the cycles of abuse. I believe people can change when they take responsibility and truly commit to doing the work.
I'm sorry, Miss Ma'am. With all the respect that I could ever possibly express, I do not believe that child predators can be rehabilitated. I don't. I'm sorry. But if she needs to believe that, I support her in that.
However, Mr. Butts is already a convicted sex offender when he abused me in 2014. He understood exactly what he was doing. He understood the harm. He understood the potential consequences of already being a convicted sex offender and of being.
Where was the adults in 2014 when he was already a convicted sex offender who hurt this child?
Convicted again. Despite knowing the harm and having every opportunity to stop, he continued to abuse children. Mr. Butts has avoided accountability far too long. I urge you to see this as a chance to end the cycle of abuse. Mr. Butts must never have the chance to be free again, because if he is, there is a great chance he will continue to abuse children in his old age. We have a chance in this court, in this moment, to protect others and break the cycle of abuse once and for all. I'm asking you to consider the future we are trying to safeguard. Even if the court accepts the sentencing recommendation and plea agreement, which I sincerely hope it does not, I'll be present at every parole hearing, no matter where life takes me. Thank you again to all for seeking justice.
I'm glad that that girl will be there at every parole hearing to make sure he's never released.
You were once someone I called that until you did what you did.
This is Jarvis Butt's minor victim, his daughter. This is his daughter, it says.
You took someone I really loved, someone I call sister, my favorite cousin, my best friend, my everything. You changed the way I dress, the way I think. You even changed my sexuality. You did very hurtful things to me. I didn't put the trouble you caused me. I no longer look at you as a father figure, no longer as a hero, but now I look at you as a monster. You caused me trauma. It made me look at me different.
Poor baby. I hope that's having some kind of effect on him. I hope he cries. He's trying to hide it. I hope he cries. His eyes aren't wet though. He's acting like he wants to cry, but he can't, or he's trying to hide it. His eyes aren't wet though. I hope he fucking cries. I hope he lives with that and hears his daughter saying that to him for the rest of his fucking life. I hope that's all he hears every second of the fucking day.
Your Honor, she was completed.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Ripley, who's going next?
Judge, I don't believe that we have anyone left to make any more statements.
Okay.
Would you like us to speak now, or did you want us?
Well, again, Mr. Butts is here today to be sentenced for 6 different cases today. Mr. Butts entered guilty pleas on all 6 of his cases, and there's sentence agreements negotiated on each one of the 6 files. Of course, it goes without saying that the offenses that Mr. Butts is here to be sentenced on are of the most serious nature. Mr. Butts has a criminal history dating back to 1997. He spent time in Michigan Department of Corrections previously for a criminal sexual conduct conviction.
1997. Then you got 2007, 2017, 2027. It's almost been 30 years that this motherfucker, 30 years almost, that he's been abusing children. This motherfucker's not capable of rehabilitation. He's 43 years old.
Following a plea he entered in 2005. Noteworthy that he was paroled sometime in 2012 and almost immediately returned to his criminal behaviors.
Paroled in 2012 and almost immediately returned to his criminal behaviors. How was he not locked back up? If he does 35 years and somehow makes parole, he'll be 78 years old. I hope he's dead before then. 1997 was a good year too. I don't remember 1997.
And Mr. Butts, I hope that you have truly listened to all of the people who spoke here in open court.
I really do too.
And the impact that your inexcusable and horrendous behaviors have had on the lives of so many people.
So many.
Mr. Butts, you're going to have many years to sit and dwell on your horrible actions. And it's often noted that justice is blind, but eventually, Mr. Butts, justice sees everything.
Eventually, but how many motherfucking victims were there? Because we just heard a litany of victims, and there's no fucking way. And I have to be very careful about what I say, but I have to question how he was able to abuse these victims over and over and over again to this extent. There's so many of them. How did nobody do anything?
Thanks or not.
Thank you. I'll be finishing up soon.
As noted by both sides, these 6 cases are very complex with a lot of moving parts. And I know that the prosecutor's office and the defense team spend a lot of hours working on resolutions to these 6 matters. And I wanted to thank them for their efforts. I'm also hopeful that although the court could never make the victims of any of these crimes truly whole again, hopeful that the lengthy prison sentence being imposed today is going to bring about some needed closure for all of the victims and their families so that they can begin the healing process. So I'll go case by case, Mr. Butts. I'm going to start with file 25000218001FH. Mr. Butts, for the offense of homicide, murder in the second degree of ZiyahHarris. Court is going to sentence you consistent with the sentence agreement, 35 to 60 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. You're not to have any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Annette Harris or any family members of ZiyahHarris. It's either directly through yourself or through any other third party. That includes all forms of social media as well. You're not to be within 500 feet of the residence, school, or place of employment.
Yes, it was Mr. Speculated.
$130 for the crime victim's assessment on that file, and I have to assess $68 state costs on that file as well. The determined condition of that sentence agreement, and also to make a truthful statement regarding the location and body of ZiyahHarris. With regard to court costs and attorney's fees, I'll address that at the end once I've completed all of the files. Moving next into file 24002236001FH. Mr. Butts, for the offense of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree, person under 13, defendant 17 or older, the court is going to sentence you consistent with the sentence agreement to 10 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. You are going to be required to complete sexual abuse prevention programming or other treatment when you're referred by your agent. You are going to be required to register under the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration Act and comply.
I'm muted like a motherfucker because that helped before, right? He was required to register as a sexual offender before, and that helped, right? Right?
With all requirements of that act, you must provide a completed copy of the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration form to your field agent on your first in-person report following vacating your residence, any address change, address verification, or change in your status with an institution of higher education. At each address change or verification period, you must present your Michigan driver's license or operator's license or personal identification card to the field agent at your first in-person contact. On that file, you're not to have any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Michaela, Mikayla Jackson, or any of her family members, either directly or through any other third party, again, including all forms of social media, not to be within 500 feet of the residence, school, or place of employment. Again, I'm required to assess $130 of the crime victim's rights assessment and the $68 state cost. It's also required, there's lifetime electronic monitoring. Third party.
Okay, I'm going to kind of skip it ahead because we do have people over and I'm going to have to go. It lists victims' names too. We have the document. He gets 10 to 15 years for most of the charges, which we'll jump over here real quick. And then 7-year-old female victim, he gets 10 to 15 years. And then 4-year-old female victim, 10 to 15 years. And then 9-year-old female victim, he gets 10 to 15 years. And then 13-year-old female victim, he gets 10 to 15 years. And then 8-year-old victim, 10 to 15 years. And for the homicide of ZiyahHarris, he got 35 to 60 years. But he's supposed to tell where Ziyah's body is. They're just telling him he's going to have to register as an offender, jail credit. So we can find out if he's going to get any credit for, yes, 4 years old. 4 years old. Yeah. It's okay. I mean, I wanted to do this with you guys.
Jail credit. All right. Jail credit on file ending file 242236001. Mr. Butts will receive jail credit of 707 days. Jail credit on docket 246232001. He will receive jail credit of 531 days. Docket number 250.
Okay, so he's going to get credit for the days he's served in jail. I want to see if he speaks. Lala said, I love you all and hope everyone can practice some self-care after watching this. You guys are the best. You're the best. You're the best. You are the company. We got some family members over. You guys are the best, and I hope you do practice some self-care after this. Please. Please.
I know I placed this on the record last time, but all terms of that plea agreement have been satisfied.
Yes, thank you. All right. And Mr. Makepeace, were there counts being dismissed?
Oh, yes. Ms. A.J. Ripley is more than prepared.
Very good. Ms. Ripley, if you could just kindly articulate, you can just do the last four of the respective file number with regard to the counts that are being dismissed consistent with the agreement.
Yes, Judge. Under case 2236,
transcript
people
real
are
quick.
dismissing counts 2, 3, and 4 and withdrawing the habitual offender fourth offense notice. Under case 6232, people are agreeing to dismiss counts 1 and 3 and withdrawing the notice to enhance habitual offender fourth offense notice. On case ending in 0218, people.
Attorneys, is there anything additional for today's record?
Not for the people, Judge.
Not on behalf of defense, Your Honor.
All right, we're all going to exit this courtroom in an orderly fashion. You're going to listen to the sheriffs and Brown. They're going to.
I'm going to double check just to make sure he didn't say anything, but I didn't hear that he said anything. Appellate rights. They talk about appellates, the jail credit. They talk about his the fines he's going to have to pay, saying that he's not to have any verbal contact with, and they list the names of the victims. That was another reason why I wanted to skip some of that. With the victims, the family members, or anything else, he's got to complete programming before he can be paroled, which is just infuriating to me. I don't even want to talk about him being paroled. I think they just mentioned that he has to tell the location of right here. I'll address that at the end once I've completed the file. So, hold on.
And I have to assess $68 state costs on that file as well. As a term and condition of that sentence agreement, you're also to make a truthful statement regarding the location of the body of ZiyahHarris. With regard to court costs and attorney's fees, I'll address that at the end once I've completed all of the files.
And
Moving
then
next into.
And then he moves on to the files. So I don't think he said in open court the location of Naziah's body. Yes, you guys are so thoughtful. I'm going to double check, and I've got a couple of things from the district attorney's office to pull up. Let me double check. I don't think he gives it out in open court. Okay, AI says Jarvis Butts. Hold on, I'll pull it up since there's nothing up here. Jarvis Butts was required to provide a statement regarding the location of ZiyahHarris' body as part of his plea agreement. However, it has been stated that the location of Naziah's body has not been recovered. Let's go over here. Yeah, that goes back to the document I have pulled up. We'll read through this again. This is from the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, and it says it was published March 12, 2026, which was the day of the hearing, last Thursday. This afternoon, Judge Hathaway sentenced defendant Jarvis Butts to 35 to 60 years for second-degree homicide in the homicide of 13-year-old ZiyahHarris. He was also sentenced on 5 other criminal SC actual conduct cases, all to be served concurrently in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Quote, one of the most important aspects of the plea agreement was giving Naziah's family some semblance of closure. The disclosure of the location of her body was crucial. As a condition of his plea to second-degree homicide in the case, Jarvis Butts was required to give a truthful statement regarding the body of ZiyahHarris. We are satisfied with the statement he has given, unquote, said prosecutor Kim Worthy. Now, he didn't give a fucking statement because we went through all of that and we saw where it doesn't appear that he said anything to the courts, at least. So unless he said something to them that we haven't heard, that has not been fulfilled. Like, what, are you satisfied? Even though he didn't say anything in court, if it was supposed to happen in court and you're satisfied with it, or is it the same thing as like CPS? Oh, you know, we got this call, but the children denied it and the woman denied it, so we're satisfied. Even though we've got 5 to 8 fucking CPS cases on this house, we're satisfied with everybody fucking lying to us. Are we going to go from the family's perspective? Oh, this man is here, Jarvis is here, but I love him and he might be touching my children, but I'm satisfied with the results when I, you know, make myself believe the lie that he's not. Is that the kind of satisfaction we're talking about, or did he actually give a good a statement? Good night, Hannah, love. I love you and I hope you have a good night. I love you all and I hope you have a good night, Hannah. All right, continuing, it just talks about the sentences. The case was prosecuted by Assistant Prosecutor Matthew Makepeace and Tina Ripley. I will show you that I did pull this up too, and I'm going to work on getting his actual plea agreement. We're about to leave for the night anyways, because I need to go hang out with my family. All right, so let's read this and then I'll check out your comments. This is the State of Michigan 3rd Judicial Circuit Court, Criminal Division, People of the State of Michigan versus Jarvis Butts. No change reduction. You will plead to the following charges. Count 3, criminal sexual conduct, second degree, person under 13, defendant 17 years of old or 17 years of age or older. Statutory maximum penalty is 15 years and lifetime electronic monitoring. To the people agree to dismiss count 1, which there is going to be 6 counts of criminal sexual conduct. The first one is in the first degree with a person under 13. The second one is in the first degree with a person under 13. The third one is in the second degree, person under 13. And that defendant is 17 years of age or older now, I guess is what that means. And then the fourth and fifth are second offense notice. They also agree to withdraw notice to enhance sentence, habitual offender, fourth offense notice, mandatory 25-year sentence. And it's a sentence agreement, terms and conditions. As to count 3, 10 years, 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections, SORA Tier 3, lifetime electronic monitoring, SEX offender treatment, no contact with Naziyah's family, any restitution if applicable, any other terms and conditions as set by the court, cost and fines, to run concurrent with the other cases where he was hurting the children that, you know, were 4 years old, 7 years old, 9 years old, 8 years old, all of the different fucking charges. The prosecuting attorney signed it. Excuse me, I didn't mean to do that in your ear. Let me mute. Virginia said there will be some innocence wrongly dealt with, but it is a small price. I agree. Oh, I will content. I will. Yeah, I hope y'all have a good night, those of you that are rolling out. Let's see. Actually, this is a longer document than I thought. This might be the plea agreement. Okay, so let's go back up. Okay, they signed that. This is notice of rights and accepted. You have offered to plead no low correspondence in this matter. Before accepting the plea, the court must be convinced that you understand the following. If your plea is accepted, you will not have a trial. If your plea is accepted and you commit misconduct before sentencing, the court will not be required to follow a sentencing agreement, fines, costs, other financial obligations. If your plea is accepted, you will be giving up any claim the plea was a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed. If your plea is accepted, if your plea you're giving up the right to appeal. I think this is just, you know, a paper that they sign. That's why it doesn't really give me any specifics about this case. I think it's just a par of the course kind of document that they have to go over. If your plea involves a statement by the court that it will sentence to a specified term or within specified range than any, yeah, this is just a normal thing. You will be required to state orally on the record that you have read and understand the above and that you agree to waive the above rights. Okay, so that was probably done. This was signed February 12th of 2026, so a month before we actually went to court. So this again is Jarvis's settlement offer, no charge reduction. You plead to the following: count 2, criminal sexual conduct, second degree, person under 13. The people agree to dismiss count 1, criminal sexual conduct, first degree, person under 13, and then count 3, second offense. They withdraw notice to enhance sentence of habitual offender, fourth offense, notice mandatory 25-year sentence. So they didn't hit him with the bitch, but they should have. That's the same paper. This is where they changed it. That's the same paper that we read in the beginning where they took, no, this is where they're agreeing to dismiss 7 counts. And they're all first degree, person under 13, second offense notice, second degree, person under 13, second offense notice, second degree, person under 13, second offense notice. They withdraw habitual offender. No, you will plead criminal sexual conduct. I mean, they took all these charges off. If he agrees to plead to criminal sexual conduct in the third degree, they dismiss sexual conduct, second offense, withdraw notice to enhance sentence to habitual offender. This is to the homicide. You will plead to the following: homicide in the second degree. The people are going to dismiss count 2, child sexually abusive activity. Count 3, sexual conduct, first degree, person under 13. Count 4, criminal sexual conduct, second offense notice. Right, at the end of the day. And that's where he signed it. I want to know what he said. I think this is the plea agreement. I think we did find it and go over it, but I want to know, like, this is not what I want. I'm trying to think of what the name is of the document that I want. I want the document where he states what he did, what exactly happened. I guess a confession would be a better word. Virginia said, I care for vulnerable people, elderly, disabled, and anyone who can't defend themselves need to be protected at all costs. I agree. I agree.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
And it's upsetting because in this case specifically, there were so many people, there were so many signs. I mean, the school, the community, so many people knew what was going on. So many people knew what a monster he was, and nobody did anything that protected this child. Oh, let me move me over here like that. All right, y'all, I want to thank you guys for being here with me and sitting through this with me. I feel like it was very important to talk about Ziya's case. I hope that they do recover her body sometime soon or give us some information on what he said as far as where her body is. I hope that he did say something and they didn't just give him the plea deal, even though he didn't give the location of the body in open court. I hope it's just like, you know, they told him behind the scene. He told them behind the scenes or something to that effect, because if he didn't tell them where she was, he should not have gotten that plea deal. And that plea deal, I don't like it at all. I understand that that man will be 78 years old before he's even eligible for parole, but that's not fair. That's not fair to all the children he's hurt. I wish that they gave him the electric chair. To all the children that he hurt and Ziya, who's no longer with us, for what? She, just like Maddie, made to suffer abuse for such a long time and then their lives are taken. What is that? I mean, what is justice for something like that? A life for a life in my eyes. Thank you, Rosie. I got it at Walmart. I love it too. I'm glad that you caught a live too, Wolfpack. Hold on just a second. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, Miss Scorpio, for gifting a membership. Thank you, Indy, for the super chat. And thank you, Karen, for sharing your 10-month milestone. I love you all, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be on here or not. I do plan on going on Allegedly Krama and talking about some of the things that are going on in the drama community. If you guys are interested in that, the next time I'll be over here will probably be Monday. And I'm going to try extremely hard this week to come live every night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 7:30. I'm going to do the absolute best I can. There's been a lot of real life things going on, so I apologize about the, kind of here and there lives. Wolfpack said, if y'all could please keep my son in your prayers. He's being deployed to the Middle East. He will be in my prayers. He will definitely be in my prayers, and I'm sure he'll be in a lot of people's prayers. Y'all, protect yourself, protect your peace. I sure will. I sure will. If nobody's told you, you are enough, you are important, you are special, and you are very loved. And I will see y'all on Monday for sure. If you're interested in Krama, I should be, like I said, live on Allegedly Krama tomorrow. All right, y'all, have a good night. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with me. Love you. And I will play the little intro thing as the outro until I get all of this stuff figured out. By the way, members will have new emojis by tomorrow, hopefully. All right, have a good night. Sweet dreams. Bye.
Bags first, then we speak. From breaking buzz to a cold 5 deep. We think, we keep receiving. Yeah. Welcome to Allegedly Space.